What's up, everybody? I am Sully, Erna.
And I'm Shannon, Larkin. And we are from Godsmack. And you are watching Metalshop TV.
Okay, so Sully and Shannon of Godsmack. How are you doing today?
We're good, man. We're very good. Very, very good.
Excited to play.
Longest microphone I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, it is.
Makes my hands look little.
It is pretty long.
Look how big it looks in my hands.
Are you excited to play in Vienna tonight?
Yeah, of course. We're excited to play every night.
Okay. Today you are playing in Vienna, and in June you are playing in Czech Republic. We are from Czech Republic, and that leads me to question: you are playing more right now in Europe than you played, let's say, a couple of years ago.
Ever.
Ever. Because you are pretty big in Europe, but you are even much bigger in the United States. So why do you think you haven't played in Europe that much in the past? Was it because of some label issues, or?
It was a variety of different problems we had. It started out with the record label merging with other companies, and then the international department got lost while we were touring out here with some really big bands. And then there was just one kind of event after the other that we just, had bad luck with that kept preventing us from coming here. It was almost like it was cursed. Every time we tried to come here and build the audience and build our fan base, something, interrupted that and we couldn't get here. Even up until last year when, Tony's son passed away, it's like we just can't seem to get a break. But, we just decided instead of giving up, it's important that we get, these countries on board, and we want to do the work. We want to grow and be as successful here as we are in the United States. So we're here, we're doing the work, and we plan on coming back several times until the job is done. Yeah. And then hopefully after that, we can just enjoy the rest of the ride internationally.
And it must feel pretty special, because this must be like a second beginning for you, maybe. You've had your success in the United States, and now you can build it up here. So that must be pretty challenging for you.
Yeah, it always feels good, to challenge yourself, especially when you're a band that's been around for 20 years. Yeah. Like the new record and the new direction that we steered in that way. It was a big challenge for us, and that's what life's about, right? You make challenges and then you beat them.
Yeah.
And then you move on.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you mentioned new record, so let's get to your new album, When Legends Rise. In one interview you said, "We really feel this is probably the best record we've written since our first album." Those are pretty strong words. So what for you personally is the best about this record in compared to the previous ones?
Well, I think the quality and the maturity in the songwriting for me sticks out the most. I think you could literally close your eyes and point to a song on this record and make that the single, and I think it would have did just as well as any other one. And I've never been able to say that about every record that we've done. There's definitely been some records where I feel like we had 3 or 4 songs that we felt any of these could be the one. But this is the first time I really feel like this entire body of work has been really, well executed. Like it feels true to who we are right now and what we feel, where we are in our lives right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in a natural progression, and to me, the new record felt like a natural progression after 4 years since the 1,000 horsepower record, which I thought, out of all of them, was my favorite at that point. I thought it was a perfect record. The same thing, you could point at any song, single, whatever. But the natural progression that we, all 4 of us, our wills came together, it seemed like, on this one. And everybody got on the same page. And it comes from maturity. It comes from getting a little older and doing this for so long together. Yeah. So that was my favorite part of the new thing, was just watching it all come together so naturally.
Yeah. And speaking of new record, which song did you write and record first, and how did it affect the rest of the record?
Well, the first song that I think kind of set the tone for the album was Bulletproof.
Okay.
I think once we got together and all listened to that song and agreed that, like, you know, the song was strong and it was a new sound for us.
Okay.
It really kind of gave us the opportunity to explore that even further. And we also had the freedom to be able to write more of what we also love and get a little heavier at times. So songs like Say My Name and you know, that kind of stuff, you know, developed afterwards. But I think, you know, Bulletproof and Legends Rise and Under Your Scars and Unforgettable, I think those songs really twisted this band into a new sound, but without deterring too far from what we do as a band and being a hard rock band.
Definitely. Well, you spoke about Bulletproof right now. So Bulletproof, the song, the single, 1 year later, after it was released, 30 million views on YouTube, #1 rock single in the United States. Did you expect this kind of success? Because, like you said, it's a you know, it's a Godsmack song, but it's a bit different, a bit new. So
yeah, I mean, you know, fortunately, ever since I've been in this band, all our first singles are #1 in America. I mean, I'm not bragging, I'm saying it's true. And so, you know, when we heard Bulletproof, he came, you know, for the first time, he used outside writers also. Want to experiment here, let me work with some other dudes. And we were like, all right, as long as it's great, you know. And he came back, and he was even a little nervous playing it for us because it had a different production, some synthesizers in there, synthesizers. Now we use synthesizers. And so, but anyway, so, you know, he played it for us, and we all looked at each other and we went, wow, you know, it's obviously Godsmack. It's his voice and just the way he arranges songs. You know, he could be working with other writers and it still sounds like Godsmack, right? And so that was Tony and Robbie and I's main concern, you know. We're fans first and foremost, and when we've seen bands in the past totally change their sound to where it alienates us as their fan, that's no good and usually doesn't work anyway. And so when he came to us with Bulletproof, we were like, damn, it's great, sounds great. You know, obviously, too, it had a drum machine at the time, and he's like, Luke, you know, this is just a demo, and we will Godsmack-ize it, we will make it us and everybody, you know. So we went with it, and, you know, to me, it sounds like Godsmack, and it is Godsmack, and we will it.
And I can speak for myself. I'm a huge Godsmack fan. The first time I heard that song, I was like, interesting. And now, a year later, I cannot get it out of my head. And I think it's one of the best songs you've ever written.
Then we did our job.
Mission accomplished. Okay, so speaking of Bulletproof, the music video is very, very funny. Who came up with that idea to make it like this?
I have to take credit for most of it, but I will say that Shannon helped me collaborate on some stuff because I was telling him about the idea that I had. And I also worked with a good friend of ours named Troy Smith, who directed the video. Okay. And he's really good with comedy, too. And so me and Troy really kind of initiated that whole thing. And then I would bring, as we were writing it and fixing it, I was talking to Shannon about stuff. And Shannon lended some ideas that we thought were really funny. And so it was really a good collaboration of a few different people.
And how long does it take to shoot a video like that? Because there's a lot of things going on.
Oh, we did it in like 2 days, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah, and I'll say this about Bulletproof. You know, making videos as a rock band usually sucks, especially for the drummer, because you gotta play the same song 20 times, and you're not playing the song really. You have these rubber pads on your drums and double cymbals, so everything. It doesn't sound that great, and I'm half deaf, so I'm having trouble. And it's exhausting. You're playing the same thing, right? So this one, we get in there, and we played the song maybe 4 or 5 times. And then it was on to like this acting thing, which you know, and comedy on top of it all, and dressing up. And
that's fun.
It was fun. It was the first video I can honestly say I had fun during
okay,
it, you know?
That's cool. And weren't people in your label a bit, let's say, disturbed, no pun intended, with you coming in a 10-minute music video? Weren't they like, Okay, this is maybe too long.
No, we have a great label, but they're more like partners with us. They don't really tell us what we have to do. They just kind of work as a partner, and we tell them what we'd like to do, and they loved it. They really felt like we told them from the beginning, like, listen, because this is a new label too. We were at Universal for 17 years. And this is the first record that BMG has. And we told them, like, listen, we're doing things different this time. We're going to take control of all this again. And we really feel that, it's time to, because we have to also look at ourselves, right? I made a promise to myself a long time ago, and I'm sticking to that promise. I never wanted to be that guy that grows old in a band and is still trying to wear like leather jackets and dye my hair black and belts. And I'm not that dude. Like, I'm growing up. I'm a father now. I'm an adult, and like, I'm not going to force myself, on stage and try to wear, bandanas around my legs and whatever. Like. And so I think that the videos too, like, how many times can you do a video where you're just trying to look mean and tough, and like, it's like, I'm kind of over it, and I don't take life as seriously anymore. And so right now we're just all about having a good time. We're trying to appreciate these years. We're trying to appreciate our friendship. We're trying to appreciate the people around us that love and care for us. And we want to have fun. We want to have a good time. We don't want to always be, we had plenty of years where there was just a dark cloud hovering over us. And now it's about having a good time. And
now you have a...
And we did all that other stuff, by the way.
Now you have a When Legends Rise music video, which is also fun, but in a sports way.
Yeah, it was a live, we just took live footage and we, put it against some really good sports. And it worked great, And on the next single with Under Your Scars, this one may be a bit deeper, a little bit more emotional. But on the last track, if we end up coming with a song like Unforgettable, we have an amazing idea for a video that's going to, I think, be better than Bulletproof and funnier.
Can you do a little sneak peek for us? No?
No. But I'm telling you, there's something I'm telling you that something really fun is coming, though. Just expect it.
Okay. Well... you have witnessed the peak of music industry, where you sold like 5 million copies of your first record. Now times are a bit different. You being a rock musician in 2019, what do you feel is the biggest difference in compared to, let's say, 20 years ago? Do you still feel it's important to sell records and stuff like that?
No, the biggest difference is that records don't sell. That's the big difference. There it is. It's streaming now and downloading, and so we don't make money in that area either. And the only reason I mention that is because you need money. Like, to push this forward in the Godsmack way, we love to have a big show, man. We grew up watching bands that had a big show, and you'd leave there and talk about it for weeks, and that's what we wanted to be, and that's what we do in America. It's not about us getting rich. We're not all fat rich guys, because we invest in this band, man, to this day. This tour, we're still investing in this band. And so, so if records don't sell, then what do we got to do? We got to go out and we have to make our money by playing live, which is what we love to do anyway. And so if it means investing in, say, Europe and doing tours in which we don't make a penny, but we're breaking even, we'll keep coming back. We'll keep touring, you know what I mean? Because we're not making money off record sales, and we want to be able to bring someday our whole production to Europe.
Yeah.
And we'll show you how we blow shit up, right?
Right.
Okay. When we look at it from the other side, maybe it's right now it's more important for musicians to make a music that connects live with people, because they need to get new listeners to come to the concerts. So do you approach maybe this in a that way, that you need to make a music that connects well live with audience?
We've always made music that connects well live. I mean, that's what we try and do. Well, firstly, we make music for ourselves. We try and just make great music. When I was blessed enough to know this guy, and he called me in and got me in this band. And one of the first things he's like, look, we just need to make great music. That's all we have to do. That's our mission. Everything else, because we love to play, and we've always played live, and obviously we have the chemistry, and we're all accomplished and talented at our instrument,
Yeah.
And so you know, making great music is the end all be all in our world, in our life. You know, we're not going to let, no matter if we make one more record or we make 10 more records, you're not going to see a bad Godsmack record.
Yeah. Well, okay. If I'm correct.
I'll drop the mic after that.
Okay, we are done.
We're not going to make fucking bad music or we'll break up first.
Okay. Well, but I've got still a couple of questions, so we cannot end this. So, a couple of last questions. You are sober, if I'm correct, both of you.
I am.
Oh, only you. But how different for you, is it for you to enjoy the sober life and enjoy it with knowing that it's gonna affect your music? How do you approach differently to music?
You know, we talk about this, him and I, because, you know, some of the greatest music that was made is obviously by bands that were under the influence of drugs and alcohol, right? And so, you know, going sober to me was saving my life. Mm-hmm. And so the therapy and rehabs and stuff that I had to go through to what I feel was saving my life, in that I opened up to these people. And I was never a big believer in therapy before, but you know what? It worked, and it made me find happiness in things around me and my relationships with my band and my relationships or non-relationships at home or whatever I was going through. And in the end, I had to learn that happiness comes from within. And, you know, there's all the partying and everything of being in a band that I grew up idolizing. All my idols were fucking Rex, Keith Moon, John Bonham, Jimi Hendrix. They're all people that actually let it kill them before they saw the light, right? So I now can tour and be with my bros and make music, and I feel a much better person for it. Yeah. Plus, I have fun. I have lots of fun. It might just be with throwing a wank in my room, but I'm having lots of fun out here.
Okay, that's perfect. Well, now question for you, Sully. You are playing almost on every instrument there is, from piano to drums, guitar.
Trust me, there's a lot more instruments out there.
Yeah, like a
more than
triangle
I can play.
Or something like that. So what was your first instrument?
Drums.
Drums. Was it difficult for you to learn that?
I don't remember it being difficult because it's all I've ever done. I started very young, and so that's the thing I connected with first, and you know, spent most of my life trying to master it to a certain degree, and you know.
And out of all the instruments you are playing, was there any specific one that was really hard for you to get into?
Not really. Like, music is one of those things that just came natural to me. I don't know if it's because I grew up with a musical family, but I never had a hard time figuring out music. It was always kind of natural for me. I can hear melodies really easy. I'm very percussive, even when I play guitar or piano. Like, I have good rhythm. So yeah, music was just something that came natural.
So special talent.
It's in the blood.
Yeah.
You either have it or you don't.
I don't. Okay. So the last question. August 6th is the official Godsmack Day in Boston. That is pretty impressive, especially for a rock band. I was always wondering, what does it mean? Do they play your music in a radio on that day, whole day, or?
I just think it's the day that they decided to honor the band and recognize all the years and decades of work that we put into it coming from that city. So it's not like they have a festival in the streets and that we get out of, you know, jail for free and that kind of stuff.
It's a shame.
Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. I had some parking tickets I was hoping to take care of. But yeah, no. So it was, you know, we were grateful for it. It was an honor, but it was that specific day. Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay. So now, quick questions, quick answers. Favorite movie?
Favorite movie? You have one?
Just one.
I'm an Evil Dead guy. I still love the Evil Dead.
Evil Dead?
Favorite movie? Man, I don't know. I love movies. I'm a movie connoisseur. Like, I just love so many different kinds of movies. I don't know if I have one specific favorite, but If I had to call one out, maybe it would be Scarface.
Oh.
Just because I love Al Pacino, and that was one of his like most intense roles. So.
I think that's a pretty solid pick, to be honest.
Yeah, there's a lot of them though.
Okay. Okay, so let's go to the second. Spirit animal.
I've already went through this actually. I believe I'm a wolf. Or is it a bear? No, I'm a bear. A bear.
I'm a gecko.
Gecko.
Okay, okay. Favorite Godsmack song to play live?
Well, that has to change. See, you know what I mean? Because we've played these songs for so many years. Like right now, it's the enemy.
Right now.
And we brought the enemy back
Oh.
out of retirement. And all of a sudden, on set sound check, it was just, you know, we didn't want to play this other song that we've been playing from the 4 record, but we wanted to do something from the 4 record. So it's, how about the enemy? So we didn't even listen to it. We just did it at sound check. And everybody's like, damn, that felt good, you know. And then we played it that night, and all like, even the way I approached playing that song, the moves I do and everything all came back. And I remembered, wow, I love playing this song. So right now it's my favorite.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Something Different
Okay.
off the Horsepower record.
Yeah.
I really love that song.
Okay.
I love the melodies in that song.
Pretty great songs. So, worst food you have ever eaten?
Indian. Pew.
Yeah, I love Indian, but
Smells like New York cab drivers.
oh my God,
And I hate curry. And I hate peanut sauce.
worst food.
All cab drivers in
And I
New
don't
York
like
are now
spicy.
hating
Love
you.
spicy. You see, we're completely different animals when it
Pew.
comes to food.
Stinks.
But we agree mostly on everything else. But yeah, you know, there's no food I don't like. And it's funny, we talked earlier about my sobriety. When I went sober, all of a sudden I liked foods that I didn't like. For instance, sweet potatoes and beets. Never liked them as a kid growing up. All of a sudden now, oh my God, I can't wait to get to Russia and eat borscht soup.
Okay.
What about Swanson fish sticks?
Swanson fish sticks and ramen noodles.
Oh, I like ramen noodles. I like ramen.
Okay. Well, and the last one. Who is the biggest Godsmack fan in your family?
That would probably be my dad.
I would have to say my sister.
Do you have like your family members coming to your shows?
Oh
Watching
yeah,
you?
of course.
Yeah, his sister Elizabeth was hanging out with us. She just happened to come to Europe backpacking, just to get away for a while. And we came to Europe, and next thing you know, she got to hang out with us and all these different countries, and she's so cool.
Yeah, that must be perfect. So guys, thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
Greatly appreciate that. So Sully, Shannon, Godsmack for Metalshop TV. Rock on.